Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
It's Friday, bitches.
Yeah. All right, man. Welcome to it, the KVJ After Show podcast.
Yeah, fuck yeah, Kevin, we love you.
Yeah.
You guys start cheering with me, make it sound more official.
I'm too busy laughing at you.
Uh-oh, Virginia and the Bird's been drinking a little bit.
Oh, yeah? Have I started tracking into them already?
We had a couple sips.
Dude, summertime, no, summertime's over.
Yeah, it's still summer.
No, it's still summertime. Till
Technically,
Labor Day.
Labor Day is the end of summer. So
technically,
summer,
you got, what is it, like 2 more weeks, right?
Yeah.
And
Something like that?
caution to the wind.
You're
Yeah.
good. You're good for like 3 more weeks, actually.
Yeah, you got next week and then the week after, and then in 2 weekends from now, it's Labor Day weekend.
It's weird because it doesn't really affect me at all. I'm not in school, and I'm not in a fraternity, and I am not... I mean, I can drink anytime
You
I want.
drink like you're Russian for a fraternity.
Why not? Jump on it.
You want a little ale?
What do you got over there?
We got all you can handle.
Okay.
What do you want?
What do I want? Give me a high lie.
You got it.
You guys got that?
No, we don't got that.
He said whatever you want. He said he can
we
handle
got
it.
Florida Cracker. You
I
like
figured
that?
it might be easier for you to go the other way.
You like Florida
What else
Cracker?
you got? I'm okay on that one.
He's drinking the one you would have liked, the double IPA.
How about this Pilsner?
Little yellow pills. You don't care for that one that much.
No, I'm not a big fan.
You're
of
drinking the one Kevin
Pilsner.
wanted.
No, it's all right. Don't worry. No, I'm good. I'm good.
I barely sip.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
You drink that one, and then
What about me?
Jason can have the fat tire. You are what you drink.
Wow.
I
So here's what
know,
happens.
right?
We're gonna have great off the mic moments, drinking and listening to sentimental songs. As soon as the mics crack, oh yeah, oh Jason's fat.
No,
Entire-
right?
Yeah,
Come
that's-
on, man.
That's bullshit.
Just
Come
playing.
on, man.
Fucking turncoat.
Man. Not cool.
Not cool at all, man.
Todd from Coral Springs sent a text. He said, "Tell Kev he's got me totally hooked on Due South Caramel Cream Ale after I tried it last weekend."
It's a
good.
great drink.
It really
is. It is. And, weird thing about it, too, it's even better on the tap if you get it on tap.
Really?
Yeah, it's a weird thing about it. I'm starting to realize that as I get a little bit more into it and kind of start to understand it more. My mouth is like, oh, okay, because it's kind of set to it and you're expecting something. And I'm like going, okay, I think it just puts a little bit of air under it. If it makes sense. And there's probably the same thing with like cooking. You put a little bit of air under something and it just has
Opens
a different...
it up.
Yeah, whatever it
Yeah.
might be. But there's
It's
something...
a big thing with beverage.
Yeah.
I know with wine. I don't know about
With the
beer.
air.
Because I don't know as much about beer as I know about wine.
I
but
know- yeah.
aerating wine opens it up. And they say a lot of times if you have a really fancy bottle,
Mm-hmm.
you shouldn't drink it out of the bottle. You should put it in a decanter.
Yeah, right.
And let the air get in it and then serve it.
Almost kind of give it like a beer queef in a way. It's like building air.
Yes, a vagina fart in your beer.
Yum.
That's where I'm at mentally.
Okay. Yeah, I'd even asked the Due South guys about it. And they're going, yeah, that's kind of the deal. It's one of those, and that's the one I noticed more than a lot of other beers, that it is just better off the tap, the caramel cream ale.
When you talk to those beer guys again, make sure you bring up the fact that it's like a air queef.
Yeah, and they'll probably give that like, all right.
I am not the first person in the making of beer that says, oh, it's kind of like a queef. I'm not the first guy. Trust me.
You might be.
No way. We're not that special. Anytime you think you're the first,
I
there's
don't know,
some
you're
other
kind of special.
You might be the first in South Florida.
There's other sick fucks out there. Trust me.
Do it, Kev. Do it. Next time you talk to those beer guys.
I'm all right. I'm good.
That's what I'm here for.
That's what I'll take him in there. He can do it.
Good cop,
I don't
bad
want to
cop.
steal his line.
Good cop, bad
I
cop.
don't want to steal his thunder. They may find it's brilliant. Be going, that's great. Be like, no, it's Jaybirds. That's why.
or
They'd be
good-
like, can we steal that? We want to use beer queefs.
But they
in fact,
expect
they
it from him. They would be shocked to hear it from you.
It's more
A lot of
business
people
like.
would be, yeah.
It's more business like if it comes from Kevin.
If you drop queef in a business meeting, that's kind of awesome.
I actually hate that word. I don't even know why I'm even saying it. It's the beer. I'm so sorry. I'm so vulgar on this thing.
Beer or the podcast?
But all of it. My family's so disappointed in me.
How many beers? Yeah, are you on your second beer? Is that what you got?
Yeah, but this is a big dog. This is 8.6.
Whoa! What is that one you're drinking right there?
The
It's called-
double IPA.
From who?
It was for you, Kevin.
It's called Fuck Yeah Breweries.
Huh? Never heard of them.
Yeah, they're good.
All right. I'm going to Civil Society today. If somebody wants to join me, I'm going to meet somebody there. But I'd have a beer with you if you come about 6 tonight.
Where?
Civil Society.
Sounds very
Abaco
adult.
Town Center. No, it's a brewery. It's up there. They have, to me, it's probably my favorite beer right now. It's an amazing beer. It's the Fresh IPA.
Ooh.
Don't find it a lot of places, but boy, it is good. I think it's got there's some kind of like a fruit infusion with it, and it's it's the kind of thing. Honestly, there are a few beers you could drink while you're working out. You know that certain kind of parts you get when you're running or whatever.
Yes.
You could drink this beer while. I swear to God, in fact, I almost want to experiment with it today.
I never thought I'd be a beer snob, but now I'm finding that if it's not an IPA, only because some of the stuff that I used to get, I'd have to drink 4 of them. Now I just drink 2 or 3, and you're good to go. But
it is strong.
It's stronger, and it's stronger, but it doesn't taste that bad at all.
No, it
they're
tastes
fantastic.
way better than beer used to, and it gets you there quicker. It's like perfect land.
Yeah, I used to drink some real shit.
We used to drink shitty beer. Everybody did.
Yeah,
I'm not saying names.
People are changing.
No,
It's just
people are just changing.
when you get used to something, it takes you a little bit. And there's people who have done the brewery thing. They'll even say, here are some beers. In fact, some of the breweries I know, Twisted Trunk has this. Tequester Brewing, at least, they have a beer that's kind of like if you're starting in like the Budweiser, Miller Lite game, that kind of stuff. They're like, hey, try this one because it's like your first foray into it.
You're kind of getting into it, baby steps.
And it's a gradual progression. The more I drink, the craft beers and try different ones, I've, gone through this whole little journey thing of you start to crave different things.
Yeah, I used to hate the way the stronger beers taste, especially the IPAs, and I've gotten used to it. You fight through it.
Yeah, they say that's kind of part of it. You kind of gravitate. You'll start a little bit more with like the Pilsner stuff. You do the lagers, the ales, then you can get to the IPAs, and then you'll find yourself in sours maybe last.
My sister did that. She's big into like the IPAs now. I'm not there yet.
Your sister, huh? Yeah.
I hate to bring up something so tasty when you're feeling so frisky.
I'm not frisky.
I'm drinking one of these Killer Whale Cream Ale. I like a cream ale.
Oh, those are good.
I
Yeah,
like a
absolutely.
dark beer. I like a thick beer. I like a meaty.
I do also have, if we guys wanted to really kind of start this whole solar eclipse party early, we got some bottles of liqueur up in this biatch.
Yeah, there's
What kind?
tequila and there's vodka. Yeah, back in the KVJ office.
That's not liqueur. That's liquor. Liqueur is fancy.
Oh, look at this. Fucking Palm Beach Island came out to play today. No one gives a shit about your fancy shit, okay?
Oh man, that was hard.
Yeah, you're trying to correct me. I got a buzz.
I got all excited. I thought you had liqueur. I thought you had like Bailey's.
I was actually just trying to be fancy when I was talking. I meant liquor, baby.
Okay, we have vodka and tequila.
Yeah. Don't come on. You're correcting me.
Do you have anything to put with it? Because I don't know if I can do it.
Gosh, high maintenance. You know what? To Panda.
Oh, he's so in it right now.
What do you mean?
Tensions are running high at the Sinicki house.
Oh no, what's
Sound-
going on?
sounds like
Aside
you-
from the
I
buffalo
mean,
trip?
you heard part of it, the buffalo stuff, and
Yeah.
just the.
Does Panda listen to the podcast?
Well, probably.
Okay, all right, so we'll shut up.
No, maybe not. He might be so annoyed with me right now that he doesn't want to listen.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Which is good because I think
Just one of the things trample on each other's nerves right now, huh?
yes.
Everyone goes through a down phase. Everybody does. It's okay to be annoyed with one another. It happens.
We are, and I think that's what it is. We're both super annoyed with one another.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, I'm not going to say anything.
Don't you take his side. You always take the guy's side.
That is not true. I do not always.
Who's here with you every day in the grind?
I don't. No, look, I think you're awesome. I think you're both awesome. I'm in the weird position here because I'm the one that sets you guys up, so I got to hear it from both ends. It's like when I worked. It doesn't matter.
What are you hearing from him?
I would never tell. I ain't no turncoat.
How does your weekend shape up then? Like, what do you guys do? Does that affect the weekend? Do you
Well,
do business as usual or what?
It's looking like it's going to be separate but equal.
You're really mad at him? What are you mad at him for?
I'm not even mad at him about the Buffalo thing so much anymore.
All right.
Now there's like other stuff that's just, I can't even get into it.
Just annoying you, huh?
I think he's needling me, I'm needling him, and I think it's just like, we need a little break.
Okay.
I wish the Buffalo trip was this weekend.
Okay.
No, here, this is a good thing. Sometimes you need a little bit of a shitstorm to coming to town to reset
it's
stuff.
Not major. There's nothing major. Like, we don't fight. There's no drama.
No.
I'm not mad. I don't hate him. It's not like, oh gosh, it's awful. It's just we're both getting on each other's nerves.
Do you and the Queen ever get that? I mean, obviously you do. I'm just trying to make everyone feel better.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. No, definitely. Everybody. I think every relationship does, and oddly enough, I think I get on her nerves more than
That's weird.
The other way around.
That's weird because you're not a drama starter.
No, I'm not.
Do you think you get on her nerves because you're too passive? Maybe is that possible?
No, I think what it is, I think everybody's tolerance is set differently. Like for me, I'm just, I'm pretty easygoing. And so, it takes a good bit for somebody to get on my nerves. And it's like a hairline trigger. It doesn't take much. Yeah.
I am noticing that as I'm getting older, I have less tolerance.
Yeah.
Are you still on that fucking testosterone?
I am.
Okay, well, can we zone in on that for a second? You have been next level insane since you've been on that shit.
I like it.
Oh my gosh.
I like it.
Do you remember Insane in the train?
It's feeding the beast.
Dude, she is. I remember I told you, I said, Kevin, what the fuck is up with Virginia? Is she on this
needling and
fucking
just,
crazy shit?
Yeah.
Team Panda.
Well, there's just things that I expect Panda to do, and he knows there's things around the house that I look to him to do.
Yeah.
And just consistently, I just feel disappointed by him. And it's just hard. It's hard not to get pissed off.
Okay, but let me...
Do you feel like you lay out the expectations clearly?
Yes.
Uh-huh. And how do you address it when he doesn't meet your expectations that you feel like you've laid out and communicated clearly?
I tell him right there on the spot.
Uh-huh.
And I'm kind of not happy when I say it.
Now, let me ask you this, and I'm not at all trying to stir shit up here.
Here comes the dick sticking together.
Not at all. Do you
Club penis.
Do you think at all, maybe, that you do things that could annoy him just as equally and you don't even realize it? And
absolutely, but if I was, he should tell me because I would try to be the best I could.
How vocal is he? Because it sounds like from your communication where you've talked that there are times he gets annoyed when you get ripped and he's driving and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's what I was...
How vocal is he when that happens with you? Does he sometimes he just internalizes it and doesn't say anything? Because like, what am I going to say? We've been down this road before and he doesn't say much. Or do you get an earful every time you get a little bit tipsy and get out of line?
I would say he probably lets it just go half the time and maybe says something half the time. Less than half the time he says something.
But when he says something, he's not a dick about it.
No.
Not at all. All I am saying is this.
And do you say something you feel like every time he kind of tiptoes over that line that annoys you?
Yes.
Okay. So you're vocalizing it every time, he's vocalizing it less than 50%.
And they vocalize things differently. I've got a history with both of them.
Yeah.
She vocalizes in a different way than Panda does. Panda goes about it a different way than Virginia would.
Yeah.
I just know how Panda is.
Not as in your face?
And I feel like I'm holding back because what I said last night, I didn't even say all of it. I just said one little bit of it. And then he gets all upset that I'm like coming down on him for not holding up his end of our deal.
Because maybe for him, when he hears stuff from you all the time, he's maybe saying, okay, look, I don't even, there are a lot of things that bother me, but I don't ever vocalize them. And it's like,
that could be true.
Maybe she just needs to like take some of these things and roll with it and say, hey, we're not all perfect. We're going to mess up a little bit and let's stop keeping score.
I think that's what I do, though. I'm a woman. I keep score.
Yeah,
I think that's really something that's inside of me that, like, okay, I don't drop the ball on things that I am supposed to do around the house. I just don't.
Yeah.
When you look, there's always diapers. There's always wipes. There's always, like, beverages. Like, I cover all the things I'm supposed to cover. There's one specific thing he's supposed to cover, and I feel like, man, every week I'm just like, really?
It's not always there because it's not done. And
it's
that's
never
frustrating.
done completely right.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's half-assed. Sometimes it's not at all. Sometimes it's 50%. But it's just like, I hate to keep being a bitch and bringing up the same thing.
If you know, and I'm this way myself sometimes. Is it something where you could maybe realign priorities and who does what? Where if you feel like it's not being done right, that's something you could give up something you don't care so much about, and something like this you could take on in its place and switch it up because
Kevin,
it's something that bothers you.
He has one thing.
And the one
I
thing
have 80.
Yeah, I got you.
I have 80.
Yeah.
At least.
I get it. I get it.
I'm not. I've been drinking. She's been drinking. I'm not. It's probably not the right time to even try to chime in.
This is nothing. Honestly, this is just.
This is just normal.
Yeah, it's all hat.
I mean, I'm just gonna let you know that you hit the jackpot with Panda, and the fact that
I agree.
the stuff that annoys you, I understand that it annoys you, but this is first world problems. It don't mean dick.
I agree. I totally agree with you. And even as I'm saying it, I feel like I'm being super bitchy.
I'll tell you though, I think it's very important to understand that it's not anything that you have where it's not like somebody has major gambling debts or somebody cheated on somebody or something like that. But still, what you're talking about, this kind of stuff is important in a relationship because these are the kind of little things that you say to yourself they're not important, and so you let them go, and then they fester, and the next thing you know, that resentment starts to build, and you start pulling away from each other, and now you're not ever holding hands, you're not ever kissing, you're not this and that, and then that divide just starts to grow.
I'll tell you what happened.
That's the silent stuff that ruins relationships.
So last night we're watching Big Brother, and he leans over and he gives me a kiss, and I'm like, okay, I'm in the kind of the mood.
Yeah.
All right, this could happen. I could put Rocco in the tub. We could have a little sexy time real quick.
Yeah.
And then I went to go do something, and I saw, oh, wow, he didn't do what he's supposed to do.
What is this thing, this elusive thing he didn't do? Let me guess. Take out the trash?
He's in charge of all garbage.
Okay.
So that means taking it out. That means bringing back the recycle. That means cleaning all the garbage cans upstairs, bringing all those down. That means everything. And I go in the garage to throw away all the recycling stuff, and the recycling things aren't back because they're still in the front yard from earlier that day. He had to walk past them to come in the house. And I'm just like, okay, I'm being a bitchy bitch because, again, I'm complaining about the same thing, the stupid garbage. But immediately, vagina dry.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Closes up.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Some of that might have to do with age.
Why don't you go drink a fat tire?
Because I am trying just to keep it light. I didn't know we were going to get so deep. I'm going to shut the fuck up.
It's not deep, and that's the thing that makes me feel so bitchy because it's not.
It's
shallow.
I agree with what you are saying. I am agreeing with you right on that comment. Only because at the end of the day, it's fucking trash. And I get that you.
It's one thing, though. It's
I know,
but
here's the thing, though. So he's got a flaw with the trash. Everything else, Panda nails. And so what? Okay, so he doesn't do the trash, but I can rattle off a billion things that Panda does that I know he probably does not want to do that helps you out. Is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. So you're coming down on him about trash, and I get that's annoying, but it's really not that big of a deal. If it's really that big of a deal, do the trash yourself and realize that he does a lot of things that are really, really awesome for you.
All right, thank you, Team Penis.
I mean,
Anything else you want to say to the men out there listening?
No, this has nothing to do with the men. If Panda was a fuckface, and if he was a guy that I thought I would say nothing. I would just sit here.
I agree with you.
Even if he was a guy.
Why can't everybody be their best self in their relationship and try?
Okay, let me ask you this. Are you your best self all the time in your relationship?
I'm trying.
Okay, all right. I'm just asking.
I really, really, as far as when it comes to the house, I really do try.
That's the house. That's one fucking fraction of it.
That's so important to me.
To you.
It's so important to me, and I've been so clear about how important to me, and it takes 3 seconds.
Yeah.
It's so easy.
Things like that sometimes, and I'm just spitballing, things that if I were in your situation that I might think of. If I were Panda and I were getting hit with this.
You'd run? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that out loud. That's alcohol.
Take a week and say, okay, let me verbalize one thing that's important to me that's not happening. You've got yours. That's the trash. And say, just this week, we're going to both focus on that one thing. Let him name a thing that's going on with you. That it's like, hey, it bothers me, and maybe it's just something you say or the way you say it. and say, look, for 1 week, can you not say that to me or say it the way that you say it? And this week, I'll make sure I get the trash out and the way and the time that you want it done. And we'll just have a focus 1 week. Do it 1 week. Maybe that's it. And it's 1 week at a time because, yeah, little things like that mean something to people in relationships. And for me, I notice a lot of times things are habit forming. It's like I got to do it, then do it again, and it's something that becomes second nature. I just know, okay, it's Wednesday. I used to do the same thing, man. The garbage can would be out there. I didn't know what day our garbage day was. You know, the queen will take it out in the morning. Now when I come home and I see it there, I'm like, because
if not, you'll get solitary confinement.
Yeah, it pissed her off. And so I'm like, when I see it out there, I try to always remember, be like, hey, don't walk past it, man. Get it and grab it.
That's the thing. Like, just the act of walking past it.
He's not doing that on purpose. He's doing that because I do the same shit all the time. Me and Panda are a lot alike. He gets lost in his own thoughts. All I'm saying, he's not doing it to be like, fuck Virginia, yeah, I didn't do the trash again.
I don't think he is. I don't think he's doing anything. I don't think he would ever
Well, then that's all
say that.
All I would say is consider where it's all coming from. It's probably from him forgetting. It's probably from him not thinking. But it's not something where he's going, I'm gonna hit Virginia's buttons and I'm gonna really, and I guarantee you after this, he's gonna take out the trash.
I mean, and there are some things where it's like, okay, hey, look, I may not be perfect, but I'm going to put forth the effort. I think a lot of times in relationships, that's what you want to see. You want to see he's putting forth the effort, and if he's like, I'm so sorry, I didn't get that done yesterday. That's my bad. You know, when he does miss, that he shows, hey, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, and he recognizes that. I'll go get it done. You know, and those are the kind of things where you just want to see the effort. It's a big part of it. You want to feel like this is a partnership, and you got somebody that's there, you know, trying to put a conscious effort into it.
But also, too, though, we're basing this all on trash. Look at everything across the board. Is he putting effort in? Is he doing this? Is he doing that? Is he going full gorilla in every other avenue in the relationship? Mm-hmm. And if he is, you might want to think about, all right, maybe I need to lighten up on the trash. That's all I'm saying. Mm-hmm. But look, what the fuck do I know? I've never been married. I'm 40. I'm single. Don't fucking listen to me. I know nothing. I got no smarts here. You're right. I'm probably doing it all wrong. I should shut the fuck up.
I didn't say anything.
I'm saying it to myself. I can hear people texting.
The one thing that happens with me is, you know, when the queen and I have issues like this, and it's gotten to the point where sometimes we've had little things like this. It's a minute deal. It's a quick conversation that 5 minutes be like going, hey, I'm in this together with you. I'll put in effort. You put in effort. And you break out of this thing after 5 minutes because I've had little things like this, and they were that small, maybe even smaller with the queen, and we go into the weekend, and we both are going to hold our ground, and we don't do anything, and we're both little piss ants the entire weekend, and we ruin our entire weekend.
Yeah, that's what I see happening this weekend.
And that's what I say. But that's what I'm saying. Don't ruin it. Take that 5 minutes and be like, hey, look, let's talk this out. Let's hammer this out because, I mean, time is precious, and that's the one commodity we can never get back. Let's not waste a Friday night, a Saturday, and a Sunday being little piss ants the whole weekend. That's one thing I always try to do. I'm like going, let's squash it because, man, my weekends mean everything to me.
I mean, every time there's a battle with anybody, not just your mate, it's a battle of egos. And it's somebody in a fight, especially one that's been going on, somebody has to give a little bit. If not, you're going to always constantly, you're going to be fighting each other. Someone's got to say, all right, what the fuck? It's not even worth it. Let me do this. You got to weigh out, okay, does he do this? Does he do that? All right, he's just not good at the trash. But someone's got to be a little bit more flexible when it comes, again, what the fuck are you talking about?
I like when you go on a rant and then you
I start to get annoyed.
Devalue everything you just said.
I get annoyed with my own voice, so I hear you.
That is a big thing. I get annoyed with my own voice. I just kind of want to go and just be quiet.
It's because we do a lot of talking, and you can't talk perfectly 100%. You're going to say some shit you don't like or you regret. That's the human condition, and that's part of it. Shut the fuck up, Jason. But you don't have to ruin your weekend over it.
Exactly.
This is so not a big deal at all, and that's my point.
It's just communication. It's effort. I mean, that's the biggest thing.
Or hold on to it the entire weekend and just get really upset. Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of times, honestly, I think guys are more oblivious to that. And you talk about, like, I get on the queen's nerves more, and I think that's it, because it's a lot of little stuff like that, you know, to me is not that big a deal. And I am pretty much a neat freak with stuff, but there's still little things. It's just not done the way that she wants it. And that's the one thing I always try to tell her. I'm like, let me know about it. You know, don't just sit there and, like, give me the silent treatment and be, like, silently pissed off, and I'm walking around, like, going, What's the big deal? I mean, you can tell it's like you ate a shit sandwich and you're breathing on her, and she's like, and I'm like, just tell me what it is, and I'll try to make a conscious effort not to be that way.
I'm so glad I'm fucking single. God, this is so awful. It's so awful. This isn't even a fucking debate.
Look at him.
God, it is though.
Jason.
Honestly, on your deathbed, none of this shit's gonna matter. None of it. Fuck.
You got a long way to go, hopefully, before you're now on your deathbed.
But you don't know. You can walk out, get hit by a bus. Who gives a shit?
Let me see here. A couple emails that we got this about a little relationship drama. It says here, I currently am experiencing a bit of a dilemma. I recently started seeing a guy that seems to be amazing. He's very attentive, sweet, and amazing in bed. The only problem is he's a bit feminine for my taste.
Okay, let's get into this, because I know a girl that went through this.
Says I'm from a sexist culture and prefer very manly men.
Yes.
It's just certain gestures that he has that are a little too feminine for my taste. And I've asked him, by the way, hey, you bisexual? And he says he's not.
You asked him?
She asked him.
I mean, the balls. Good for you. I mean, to come right out and just put it out there.
Why, because somebody's got mannerisms?
Yeah. She's asked and said, hey, are you bisexual? I'm kind of curious. There are some things that you do that make me feel like you might be bisexual. And he said no. So, what do? Well, I guess to me, I think the ultimate question is, you love people for this or for that, and ultimately that's what dating is about. You say, hey, can I accept this for that? And you got to ask yourself that question.
You have to know a good bit about you, though, and know what you can tolerate and what you can't.
For sure.
Because if you're a girl that likes a manly man, a gruff dude, rough around the edges, and this guy is going to get under your last nerve. If he's very, very feminine, I have a girlfriend that went through all of this, and she would go out with him, and all of her friends would think she was out with her gay best friend.
Oh, really?
And she was dating him. And this went on for like 6 months. Everybody thought that was her gay best friend. And she wouldn't even tell them that it was her boyfriend.
And if this son of a bitch doesn't take out the trash, he is figgity fucked. Doesn't matter what's going on.
He skips it right out to the curb.
Yeah. He's got these mannerisms, and he doesn't take out the trash.
He won't touch trash.
Oh, okay. He won't touch trash. Well, and on top of it, which about it, I just
fuck
know
the family then. Fuck them.
If you're in a close-knit family, and I can see it's like, I know like what my wife's family is like, and with her uncles and brother and dad and everybody else involved. And if this guy were coming over,
shows up, Kevin better be a man.
Yes, and if he's a little bit flippity or whatever you want to call it, or has this mannerism,
light in the loafers.
As soon as he walks out, they're going to be like, and she's going to hear it time and time again. That's going to be the constant course of conversation, and it'll just be needling. And some families are needling, and she'll be like, going, I don't want to hear it.
And some people don't care what their family says. And if that's the girl you are, and you really do like him, then don't listen to anybody. But
families are just people with an opinion. You love them, you do anything for them, but at the end of the day, they're just humans with an opinion. Does it make them right?
I think you just got to ask yourself. Be like, hey, that's what relationships are all about, man. No one's perfect. Everybody's got their pros and their cons. And you just sit down. Ultimately, when you decide who you're going to be in a relationship with, it's the pros versus the cons. And if they got more pros and cons, then you stay with them. If they don't, if it's flipped, then get out.
And sometimes things just don't work out in a relationship. And if it doesn't work out in a relationship, a lot of times, if you're the person breaking up with somebody, you're considered the bad person. You ended this. I mean, all the friends are going to, what a dick, or she's such a bitch. I can't believe they ended it. But just because you break up with somebody and you do it the right way, that does not make you a bad person. And there's a conception that, oh my God, or perception, I should say, that if you break up with somebody, you're a bad person. Not always.
Well, here's the thing, too. If you're going to go out this weekend and try the Movie Pass app, remember we were talking about that?
Someone's getting another beer.
Oh, heck yeah, they're delicious.
It's not Jaybird.
There you go.
Or Kevin.
that one's for you.
Damn, she gave me the fat tire again. Calling me fat.
It was this Movie Pass, and they were going to knock down like their $50 a month rate down to $10. And they're like, what? You're going to they're cheapening the movie experience. We'll give you a little bit of perspective of what it's all really about. Here's Susan. She sent an email, and she said, heard you advertise for a Movie Pass on the show. My husband and I had Movie Pass for about 4 years. Started off great. Then they raised the monthly fee by $10. No big deal. We were seeing 2 to 3 movies a week, so still a good deal. Then they put a limit as to how many tickets they would sell.
Oh.
So we would check out movie times at around 9 a.m. on Sunday, and we get a sold-out message. The theaters weren't even open yet. And then we would try again a few hours later for an afternoon show, same message, sold out. So I called the theater, and the theater was literally empty for the showing I had requested.
What the hell?
So in a nutshell, we paid a monthly subscription fee but couldn't see a movie a day. There was talk of a class action lawsuit, and we canceled our subscriptions. Just thought you should know. Love the show. Sincerely, Susan in Seattle.
Huh. Because I got a message on Twitter that Twitter Mike was using Movie Pass.
Yeah.
And loved it.
Yeah, I know. He said good things.
I'd love to have him come on and explain the difference and why his experience is great. Maybe he saw less movies.
And a big shout out
Maybe
to
it's
Twitter.
city to city.
Shout out to Twitter Mike, too. If you really honestly want to know if a movie or a show is good, Twitter Mike is the person. He needs to get his own column.
He really
I shit you
does.
not.
What we got to look him up. What's his Twitter Mike's handle?
I was just on his Twitter page today, actually. Funny enough. I'll get it for you.
Super METSK31. That's not hard.
Yeah, you might do that again there. Drinking.
Super METSK31. He is the expert of all things movie.
He's never steered me in a wrong direction. He's got 100% Rotten Tomatoes.
He's good, huh?
He's so
He's
good.
that good.
He's that good.
And he's got a doppelganger that I keep running into, and I think that it's him, and it's not.
All right, we'll call him Twitter Mark.
And Diana sent an email, said, hey, can you give a special shout out to my mom, Dina, for passing all 4 parts of the CPA exam. She listens to your show every morning. We're also proud of her from her daughter. That's actually from Rachel.
Oh, that's sweet.
So there you go. A little shout out. All righty. Well,
No, it's over.
time to go, brother.
Oh, let's sing some shit.
He just opened a beer.
Oh,
Damn it.
dang, man.
Do we have calls to record today? I always love when we record calls because I'll be sober on a Monday, and then all of a sudden, for like 10 minutes, I sound drunk.
Yeah. We got a few, yeah. Yeah, we got just one couple we got to talk to.
Oh, a couple. Great. I got some really great advice.
Listen up on Monday.
Yeah.
When you hear that segment where Jay Bird sounds a little hammered.
Jaber, the guy's never been married. He's got some great relationship advice.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. It's KVJ Court that we got. It's a lesbian couple that is going to be having a baby girl via surrogate coming up. And they're having a little bit of a debate as to what they have their daughter call them. So, yeah. So they don't agree on exactly how to handle it. So.
Interesting.
Yeah, one of them's like going, I should be mom and she should be her first name. And she's like, So, not feeling that.
I'll just listen. Who am I? What am I going to say?
You listen on Monday. You'll hear Jay Bird in there.
I got to do a commercial. Shit.
Yeah. Buds.
Yes.
Chicken and seafood.
It's so delicious, y'all. I grew up on it. Try the bird sauce, Virginia. I keep forgetting the price points on these deals.
They have an amazing deal right now. Maybe you're like me and you love 3 pieces of fried chicken. The 3-piece deal with the side is just $3.99. The 2-piece deal, just $3.49. You can't beat it. Buds is fresh. It's delicious.
Yeah, and someone asked me, do you get money every time you mention the bird sauce? No, I do not.
No.
That's just for the love of the game. I want people to try it because it's delicious.
You created it with them.
Yes.
And we were all there in the test lab when it happened.
Love it.
It's kind of like a sweet and sour Polynesian.
It's delicious.
It's got a little garlic on the back end, which I love. It's
so good you can even put it on cereal. Mm-hmm. So good you can even put it on cereal. Corn.
Kind of gross.
All right, whatever. it's that good, Kevin.
And how do they make it since we're here? We've gone on like 5 minutes. I'm like,
Drunk people are talking about.
And then they got 24 chairs, and there's a fryer in the back, I think. And then in the back, there's a dumpster.
Look,
The coldest cold drink.
They have at least 45 parking spots.
Dude, I get it.
No, it's 47.
I completely get it if you want to punch me. I understand this.
10 minutes later, we're still thinking about chicken.
You want me to punch him for you? I got some aggression.
No, she will
No, we're
punch
good.
me.
Yeah,
No,
we're
no,
good.
no.
Just go to Bud's. 7 locations in Palm Beach County, and have a great weekend. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.